Okay, so big update. We haven't been on in a while, and you're about to find out why we had to take a sabbatical for a time. We're hoping to get back on regular schedule. I know I've said that in the past, I apologize. He's on the mend. He went to the hospital last Sunday. It came out that he has pneumonia. He's on his antibiotics. We just got him on the inhaler this weekend. He seems to be doing better. Hopefully in the next week or two he'll be at least 80%. Hopefully better than that, but at least that. He's still riding his bike, trying to keep going. He's getting more hours at work, so that's a good thing. I know he's watched movies. Hopefully we can get him on in 2 weeks and he can tell us some of the stuff that he's watched. He's right now resting. He's got the kids in the house. He was finally able to come home this weekend, so it's been nice to have my partner in crime back. So yeah, that's been a big thing for him in the last 2 weeks. I am getting used to everything with the kids. Get used to one thing and changes, especially when the kids just started school on the 1st. We are unschooling, which is kind of neat in its way. We're starting school about 8:30 and we're finished by 10, which is nice. I get to do more one-on-one with them, which is really what I wanted to do. Kaylee is no longer doing PT on Thursdays, except we're doing it at home more. She's supposed to go in once every quarter to get evaluated, see what else I can do for her, see what stretches I need to change at that point. So instead of it being Tuesdays and Fridays, I get to work one-on-one with them starting this week. I get to work with them one-on-one Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, so 3 days a week, which is exciting to be able to change it up and be with them more one-on-one. We are changing a lot of things with them, trying to see what works, what doesn't work. So bear with us on that. That's another reason why we have not been online a lot, is we're trying to get used to the new routine. I am reading. I am not reading as much. I'm, like I said, getting back into the thing. I don't watch TV that much. I did watch On Patrol this last weekend. It is interesting to find out what is legal here is not legal everywhere else. For instance, using your horn in Florida is illegal unless it's an emergency. So, in case you didn't know that, there's that little tidbit. It's nice to see the new setup on Patrol. So, there's that. We're following one police chief in Hazen, Arkansas, and that is nice because we get to see what they're able to do that a lot of other police departments and sheriff's offices is not allowed to do because their higher up is not in the field. So that's neat in itself. I haven't watched much of anything else. It's, like I said, trying to get used to things. I am reading the Vampire Knitting Club as much as I can, and I'm trying to do some of my library books. It's just a hit and miss type of deal. I'm trying to get my words for Kindle, and I'm also trying to get my books from the library done. Vampire Knitting Club is a Kindle Unlimited book, so I'm really trying to read it at least for 5 minutes a day and try to do everything else. It's a hit or miss majority of the time, so I know that's going to get better. We got his sleep study results back. He has obstructive sleep apnea. We do not know what grade. They did not tell us that. We didn't even know there was a different grade. until he went to the neurologist this last week, and he asked, and I'm like, I don't know, they didn't tell me. So there is that little tidbit right there, in case you didn't know that. He is doing better. We're seeing where we need to work with him, where he was doing really well. So that's neat in itself. He's having trouble with his shapes. He's doing really well with his colors. He's recognizing some letters, not all of them, but we've only done 2 letters in the last 2 weeks. We follow a circle time for them. They're both in preschool, pre-K level. We moved him back just to see where he's at. And like I said, the shapes he's having issues with. He can't recognize them half the time. He cannot draw them majority of the time. So we're working on that. He does write his F and his P really, really well. Those were our 2 letters of the week that we had so far. He can write the number 8 and the number 9. He can count to 8, 9, which is a big deal. So we're trying to see where we are with him, and that way we can graduate him to other stuff. But we are just focusing right now on the stuff that he's having issues with based on circle time, and hopefully we'll know more at the end of October, beginning of November, where he actually stands. He's going in for his EEG this Thursday. I'm scared. Like I said, I'm transparent. The last time he had an EEG, he had back-to-back episodes. I don't want him to have those again. It's terrifying. I mean, this is your baby. He can't tell you what he's feeling, and it's just a lot to deal with. But we will be keeping y'all abreast on that situation, on that. This is her first year doing any schoolwork. She's enjoying it, but there's lots we have to really work with her on all of it, which is understandable. She's 3, but we're hoping that by the time she's Silas's age, she's either in first or even 2nd grade. I wouldn't even take 3rd, but we'll have to see at that point. That's one reason why we're starting her off now, just to make sure that she is where she needs to be at that time. No more OT. A lot of it is because that room is just so bright, so many things for her to do, she can't focus. So we're going to be doing her stretches at home, doing her exercises at home, and seeing how we are there. Speech, she only has 2, maybe 3 weeks left, and then that's over. We're going to see if she can transition, just go to Storytime while Silas is in speech. We'll have to see how that goes for her at that point. OT, we're working on a lot of her stuff. We're seeing some more regression. She goes and sees a neurologist in October, and we'll keep y'all abreast on that. In fact, I had to look that up because I went and saw the same neurologist she sees, and I'm like, yeah, we're going to see you for Kaylee in October. And he's like, oh, good. So it's nice to have the same doctor for each of the kids. So I'm not going to go, hey, what address am I going to today? It's all the same. So that's nice. They have been watching Monica J Sutton for Circle Time. I'll put all the links up. They're watching Emily's Wonder Lab for science. Silas is doing Storytime read along with books on Netflix. All these are on Emily's Wonder Lab and Storytime read along are on Netflix. We also do Number Blocks off of Netflix, and Who Was I is also on Netflix. I think that's all we do on Netflix. We're getting ready to do Miss Rachel on YouTube. We also do Having Fun Teaching on YouTube. And I know Number Blocks has their number system on YouTube. And like I said, I'll have all the links on there for y'all. But that's typically what we do for unschooling. We're still doing the books. We're trying to get that routine. The books that they're reading right now is the second book in Diana, the Wonder Woman series. And then Silas is doing New Dragon City. We're also following 1776. I wanted them to have a little bit more history, especially our history, to get them going. And then in the car, we're listening to Magic Tree House, number 9 in the series. They have been watching out of school The Pacifier, Croods 1 and 2, 13 Minutes, Cat in the Hat, Twister, Monster Trucks, and Super Mario Brothers. So that's everything they have been reading and watching.